morning, evening, or afternoon, everybody. It's Kaghoe coming at you with another video. So we're doing two videos today because Blizzard just dropped Phase 2 information. Now, they dropped a heck of a lot of information. So tonight, I just wanted to take the time to go over all the runes that they sort of leaked. It's not all of the runes, but it's just a little sneak peek into all of the runes. So that's what I'm just going to sort of read off, give you my opinions and thoughts on them. But tomorrow, I'm going to spend the rest of the time going into a deep dive, talking about everything that they just dropped. Blizzard even posted their own video if you want to go watch that to get highlights, but I'll take a deeper look into it, share all my thoughts and opinions on it. But yeah, I'm so excited if you can't tell. But anyway, before we get into the video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Everything you guys do helps my channel grow, helps me get discovered, and helps me help as many people as possible, which is the entire point of my channel. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So we're going to go over to the launch page here where they have posted all this information. We're right here at the runes. So Paladin runes still have Sheath of Light, which will cause damage dealt with your melee weapon to also increase your spell power. It will also cause your critical heals to apply an additional heal over time on the target. Then we have Guarded by Light, will cause your melee weapon hits to restore mana over time. However, the amount healed by Flash of Light, Holy Light, and Holy Shock will be reduced by half. So that's probably a really good tank one to have, not for a healer one. And Sheath of Light will be interesting to see how that uses. It reads to be like a Holy Paladin one, but it could have some like sort of like shock it in weaving stuff. I'm not too sure. Next, we have Hunter runes. Melee Specialist is a passive ability which will reduce the cooldown on Raptor Strike, cause it to trigger instantly, and each usage of Raptor Strike has a chance not to trigger its cooldown. Melee Specialist will also remove the cooldown on Mongoose Bite. So they are really doubling down into that melee hunter build, and I think it'll be really awesome. So glad that hunters are getting another spec other than just BM to play. Trap Launcher allows you to place traps at any location within 40 yards and allows you to place your traps while in combat. Additionally, your fire-based and frost-based traps have separate shared cooldowns. So this is an amazing spell. They even put this in early on the Wrath servers because of how good it is and how much it helps them, and it really helped Hunter DPS. So it'd be really cool to see that in Classic. All those Hunter mains out there I know are going to love Trap Launcher. Next, we have Warrior runes. Rallying Cry defensive ability, which can be activated to increase the health of all raid and party members within 40 yards. So it is a 15% increased maximum health for 10 seconds. So that's an awesome raid-wide cooldown, and it says party and raid members. So that's really cool. Very interesting use with that. Then we have Blood Surge. Heroic Strike, Bloodthirst, and Whirlwind have a 30% chance to make your next slam within 15 seconds, instant, and cost no rage. So at the very beginning of Classic, there was like a Slam Warrior build that was kind of like a bug, and it was really weird, and you had to sort of be very min-maxy to pull it off. So Blood Surge kind of leans into that Slam Warrior build. Really cool to see that. I hope it can become something awesome. Then Rogues use Shuriken Toss to throw a Shuriken at your enemy, dealing damage to your target and up to 4 nearby additional targets. So that's sort of that ranged pirate rogue build that we've sort of seen, and you know, that's just a ranged AoE for rogues, which is really cool to see. Then we have Master of Subtlety, causes attacks made while stealth and for a short time after exiting stealth to cause additional damage. So that gives rogues a big stealth opener, so like they can actually use their stealth opener abilities and not it really be a DPS loss, which I do like. We'll have to see where it goes. Then we have Priest runes. Cast Mind Spike to blast your target with Shadow Frost damage and apply a debuff which increases critical strike chance of your next Mind Blast on the target. This debuff can stack up to 3 times. So Shadow Priests are really hurting. This will be incredible. And then we have Pain Suppression in Classic WoW. That's going to be insane. But it can be cast on friendly targets to significantly reduce their damage taken and increase their resistance to dispel mechanics for a short time. That's insane. So like your friendly priest can protect you from the hostile priest trying to dispel all your world buffs. A little grief protection added into that. But that's just really cool to see. Then we have Warlock runes with invocation when you refresh some of your damage over a time effects while they have less than 6 seconds remaining. Instant damage will be dealt to your target equal to 1 tick of that spell's periodic damage. So you no longer have to worry about refreshing your dots spells at a perfect moment. Okay, so that helps them a ton with clipping. Kind of takes the skill out of playing an affliction build, but you know, I don't know if that's a skill gap or not, but it'll definitely help a lot of the player base. Dance of the Wicked will trigger a buff which increases you and your pet's dodge chance at any time either of you deal a crit strike to an enemy, and you will also gain 2% of your maximum mana when this occurs. So that's just another thing to help that Teemo build as well. Next we have Mage Runes. Missile Barrage gives your Arcane Blast, Fireball, and Frostbolt spells a chance to reduce the channel duration of your next arcane missiles by half, reduce its mana cost to 0, and cause missiles to fire every 0.5 seconds. So that's really cool. I think that'll be a really good rune for all specs, and it makes arcane missiles usable in PvE because you really don't ever use them. The arcane build kind of used them with Arcane Blast, but a rank 1 AE sort of became better to clear them instead of arcane missiles, so that'll be really cool to see arcane missiles actually be useful in classic World of Warcraft. Then we have Chronostatic Preservation is a great new spell that allows you to store some of your arcane, fire, and frost energy for later use. You can only hold this energy for a short time before it combusts and expires, but you can use this energy to heal a friendly target. So this is sort of how mages are going to do a big heal instead of that consistent healing based off of their damage that we see now. So you can use this in and then you do damage and then it generates that big heal based off of how much damage you did, and then you can then send it on to someone, or more or less it's going to be yourself when you're AoE farming, but you know, in case you want to use it on other people. That'll be pretty huge to see. Next we have finally, Shaman Runes. Shaman Runes, they actually gave us 3 here. Maelstrom Weapon causes the damage dealt with melee attacks to have a chance to reduce the cast time of your next Lightning Bolt, Chain Lightning, Lesser Healing Wave, Chain Heal, or Lava Burst spell. The cast time reduction can stack up to 5 times. So that's really cool. It kind of makes you want to get in there and do that, as well as it'll help enhancement shamans get a proc for an instant Lava Burst or something, or Chain Lightning, something like that. Spirit of the Alpha is almost the opposite of Blessing of Salvation, and it casts a 30-minute buff on a friendly target to increase flat generated by that target. That's really interesting. So shamans can just make anyone else a tank. So this gives super huge viability to like a bear druid. Honestly, like shaman and bear druid might be the best combo now. That's the first thing that comes to my head, because bears sort of struggle with threat, so having that huge one pretty much it enables all of them. Honestly, 45% threat in classic is insane. And if you know you have a DPS player that you don't like being a little edgy, you can just be like, oh, here, Blessing of the Alpha, enjoy ripping. That's a little toxic, I'm sorry, but it just popped into my head while I was reading that. And while some shamans choose to battle with one weapon in each hand, others prefer to hand out devastating blows with two-handed weapon. If dealing damage with two-handed weapons is your playstyle, then you want to pick up two-handed mastery. Each time you strike an enemy with a two-handed weapon, you gain 30% attack speed with this weapon for 10 seconds. So that's just going to be really, really cool. And the most important thing that I wanted to mention here is that these are going to be boot and belt runes. Those are the slots we're getting. This two-handed mastery is a chest slot, as you can see right there, but just really, really awesome. I think these runes are good. All of them sort of fit niches that we have like talked about, thought about, hinted at this entire time, and I'm just super overjoyed. And one final thing I want to show you all the way at the bottom here. This is a very drastic change that Blizzard has made. I haven't seen them take a step this ballsy in a very, very long time. But no more GDKP runs here in Season of Discovery. They are just flat out putting the bam hammer on that right there. So I haven't really GDKP'd in SoD. I run a GDKP every week with my guildies that I've just done. I'm kind of neutral on it. I see both the good and the bad of it. But for me, it's just really cool to see Blizzard actually take action, and I will look forward to seeing the results of that. But anyway, guys, we will talk about all the other points later. I'll put the link in this article in the description down below, but I am super stoked for these new runes. I hope you guys are too. But I hope you had a great day, and until next time, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.
If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. It truly means a lot to me. If you happen to find anyone that you know would also benefit from watching this video, please share it with them. It helps me out a ton and allows me to keep doing what I love every single day, and that is gaming and sort of helping people any way that I can. So finally, thank you so much, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Goodbye.